Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how I make a bar that is light, is portable, that has adjustable shelves, and you can take it wherever you go, even in your SUV. I'm going to show you some pictures below after this, and if you like them then please keep watching. Stay tuned, we'll try and do it all in one video. There are lots of other videos out there that will show you how to disassemble skids, so I don't want to spend time on that. This bar that we're making for the purpose of this video is going to be 48 inches long. Now, you can make it longer if you want. This is a good size that you can easily to move around and take it with you if you want. And unless you're having a huge party, it serves the purpose well. This is 47 inches here. So we need one at 47 inches and then two side pieces with a notch, which I'll cut at 21 and a half. For the bottom side support, we're going to measure 21 and a half inches to here and over to here. We just need two pieces. Next we need the top support pieces, one at 47 inches, that's for this video, and then two at 21 and a half inches. Next, we're going to give them just a quick sand. What I use is my cordless drill with a little sanding disc, and I keep it rather rough. 80 grit is good. Somewhere along that line, we're just trying to take off all the rough stuff. We don't want to get it too smooth, actually. Moving on, the first layer of wood that you want around your bar is going to be cut. I prefer the wide pieces because they're, well, it's less work and they look nice. They'll be spaced evenly, as you'll see. Now, if you can put a 2-inch top on, or you can put say 1.25 inch top. It's up to you. But I prefer like the end height to be around 42, 43 inches. So for this one, I'm cutting them at 40 inches. Now if you have boards that are longer, then instead of pulling all the nails out and then you're going to be throwing it out, just trim them up to save you some work. So now we have lots of pieces cut. I have some more over here on the side. Before we sand these, we're gonna start to lay out the bar, as you'll see, and we're going to square it up, space them out, and just work with the wood that we have. If you have wider pieces or smaller pieces, you can play with it. We want to have at least an overlap of 3/4 of an inch on each side, because there will be some shrinkage, probably, not too much. And then once it's laid out, then we'll do a quick sand on the pieces, and then we'll attach them. So pick 2 nice bores for each end, make sure that they're straight, and we want to put the prettiest side down, because that is the part that is going to be seen. This next phase, this is where the bar actually starts to look like a bar or something like that anyway. Now a lot of times what I'll do, I'll lay the main piece down and the 2 side pieces on each side, and I'll put hinges top and bottom for each of them, but I don't have any. And what I also do, I'll put just 2 screws, because they're not hard to remove if you want to disassemble it. So make sure we have it facing out properly. Here, and we're going to have, this is the inside, obviously, inside to inside. And I'll have this just proud, a 1/4 inch probably would work. As you can see here, now I've cut the pieces that fill in on all the spaces here, and I gave it a once over before I start staining. I'm using just leftover sanding bell here. Whatever you have, I find these are quite strong, and they last like forever. They're pretty good. And then we're going to be going on to the staining next. I like to stain this part first and then attach the other pieces. That's because sometimes you get some shrinkage, and if it goes into a house and then it dries out a bit, then you'll end up seeing a line, an unfinished edge. And just to avoid that from happening, I just stain it this part first, and then there's no problem. What I'm going to be using to stain this base of the bar is the Beauty Tone Wood Shield acrylic solid stain. Now, I have a little trick to stretch out the material. I have another can and I divide them in half, and then I just add water. This gives it kind of a semi-transparent look, and allows for the grain to show up. And I'm going to put some gloves on. I'm going to do this base here right now, and then we'll move on to the next. So we have the base stain now. I did it inside and out. All of it stained, so if any shrinkage occurs, it won't affect the finish. If you happen to like the color of this, then here's the recipe. Granite Ridge. This is a home hardware brand, and I get them to add 4 full blacks. That's what the 4Y is. That just gives it, just brings it down a little darker shade, because the one that they have, the solid, is just a little too gray for my liking. But you can do whatever you want. This particular top is made out of 1.25 inch barn pine, 1 by 12. I ripped one piece 4 inches, which I added to make the top 16 inches, and the other 7-inch piece I'll use to extend the shelf piece. You can also make it out of a 2 by 10 and a 2 by 8. That makes a nice top as well. You can see here I added some metal support pieces. This is just an insurance policy. This plus the glue, just in case shrinking. These support pieces are made out of scrap 2x8 or 2x10. A belt sander here is handy. It makes a quicker job. You can also do it by hand. And another thing that I do here after it's sanded, which I'm not shown in the video, is I'll set my router and go around the edge. You can give it a fancy edge or just a round edge. It just gives it a more professional look. Also, an important point to make is I don't get it perfectly smooth because I want it to have kind of that textured finish. I don't want it completely smooth. I stained the bar here with a dark walnut that's made by Varathane. Another color I found is even nicer is called ebony. It doesn't come out as black as you might think, and it's very nice as well. And then I put a coat of water-based sealer on top. It's made by Varathane as well. I forgot to mention the shelves are made out of 1x10 pine, and it's designed so that the two pieces fit exactly for those measurements. My name is Warren T. Carpentry. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. My next project is going to be bar chairs, so stay tuned.